Yeah, it's pretty cool. And anyway, so I was mentioning food, right? And Brooklyn, they have like this restaurant, and it's not like a restaurant that's just in Brooklyn, but like the most famous location like for this restaurant is in Brooklyn. Um, and it's called Nathan's Famous Hot Dogs.
Nathan's famous hot dog.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Nathan's Famous Hot Dogs in Coney Island. So Coney Island is in Brooklyn.
Oh, it's a
Uh,
place in Brooklyn.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, very, I guess, interesting. Names. Like, I don't think it's hard. I don't think I can forget this name because it's so
Yeah,
unique.
like Coney Island, like that area is really, really cool. Um, like I would say like there are a few places that I would say would be like my favorite parts in New York City. I mean, like the East Village in Manhattan, like the High Line area of Manhattan, like those are some of my favorites. But in Brooklyn, definitely Coney Island's like my favorite part of Brooklyn. Really
Oh,
cool.
like,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
Like, how does it look like in there?
So it's different than like other parts of the city. Um, well, certainly other parts of like Manhattan. Um, so Coney Island, like I said, it's in Brooklyn, and it's right by the water. So
Wow.
they have like a nice beach there. They have a really cool boardwalk there. Um, they actually have like a little like amusement park there. So they have
Ah,
like a famous roller coaster called the Cyclone. Um,
that
they
sounds
have
fun.
Yeah, they have like a baseball stadium there. Um, and like yeah, it's a really cool part of the city. It almost feels like you're not in New York City when you're in Coney Island. And anyway, so like they have, Nathan's Famous Hot Dogs. That's a restaurant there. And yeah, they have really like really good hot dogs, I have to say. Uh and actually, like, one of the reasons why they're so famous is that every 4th of July, they have an eating contest, a hot
Eating.
dog eating contest, and
Really?
it's like the biggest competitive eating contest, like, in the world. Like, it's the most, like, important eating contest, and, yeah, like, myself and I think most people aren't really, like fans of competitive eating, but however, on 4th of July, it's kind of funny. Like a lot of Americans actually really pay attention to the like hot dog eating contest in Coney Island. So yeah, it's cool in Coney Island, and that's like one of the reasons why it's famous.
Well, yeah, that's very interesting. Well, like, how does that work? Like, do you guys need to eat fast, or you guys need to eat a lot of, hot dogs as much as you can? Like, what is the rule?
Yeah, it's like I forget how much time they have. So like the people that compete, I mean, they might have like an amateur competition too, but like it's crazy. Like the people that come in to Coney Island are like full out professional eaters. Like that's what they do, like for their job. They're competitive eaters. Um, and like I know it's a little crazy, but yeah. Um, but yeah, so they have like a time limit. I forget if it's like 10 minutes. I think it's roughly 10 minutes. And yeah, it's basically you eat as many hot dogs as possible in the time. And there was this there was like a really big rivalry like a long time ago. Like when I was younger, there was this Japanese competitive eater. Um, I forget his name, but oh, Kobayashi, that was his name, Kobayashi, and he was like the best competitive eater like in the world, at least with hot dogs. And then there was like this American guy, like Joey Chestnut, and then he came along and kind of like broke Kobayashi's records. But
Oh,
that, yeah, those guys are actually like really, uh, like they probably made like a lot of money doing competitive eating because um, like at that time they were pretty famous like here, like in America and I guess in Japan. So yeah, it's a strange competition. Um, I actually don't even watch it anymore because it's kind of gross, like seeing people like eat that many hot dogs. But yeah, back in the day, I used to watch it because it was just so like so insane.
Uh, oh, yeah, that sounds very interesting. Yeah, well, yeah, now no, yeah, I really want to watch the, like show because, yeah, like, see how many hot dogs can people eat. Yeah, that sounds very interesting.
Yeah,
Wow, like,
it's crazy. Like they're because they have like all like the special like techniques and like strategies for like trying to like eat as many hot dogs as possible. And
wow.
yeah, so it's not like they're just like eating a hot dog like a regular person. Like they're really like very technical with how they eat it. It's kind of funny. Uh, and actually what's funny too is that uh especially the Japanese guy Kobayashi, he was like really thin. Like he wasn't fat at all, but he was like a competitive eater. And it's just kind of strange because, you would think like if someone's a competitive eater and they eat hot dogs in their competition, like you would think that they would be really fat because like
Yeah, I
hot dogs
agree.
aren't healthy. They eat a lot of hot dogs, but yeah, this guy Kobayashi was like really, really thin. So
Oh,
it, it
that sounds
was
very interesting. Well, yeah, I thought, yeah, he was big, but he's not actually.
there are some really like big people in it, like, but um surprisingly, like, yeah, like Joey Chestnut and like Kobayashi, like they weren't really that fat at all. So yeah, it's a very weird sport. Like I don't even understand how people get into that sport. Like how do you even start competitive eating? But yeah, on 4th of July it's big in America.
Oh, what was that? Fourth
4th of
July?
July, yeah.
Ah,
Um
4th July.
that's it's our Independence Day.
4th of July. So like, do you guys have eating contests at 4th of July?
No, that's really the main one. Like that's the main attraction. Um I mean, like, I guess, like, throughout the year, like, there are other eating competitions in America, but no one really pays attention to them. Like, like, they're not really on TV as far as I'm aware, but on 4th of July, because it's one of our biggest holidays. I mean, it's our
Ah,
Independence Day, so yeah, on that particular day, like the hot dog eating contest, it's actually probably like the biggest sporting event on TV on that day, which is crazy.
yeah, it sounds like a very. I guess for me, it's like very interesting event for me because I've never heard such an event before. And yeah, it sounds pretty interesting. And I think, yeah, when I go to New York, I should visit Coney because I'm actually a fan of hot dog. I mean, I even have a hot dog in the refrigerator right now in
Oh
my
my
house.
god. Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
and I
go
love it.
then.
Yes, and also I really want to see the contest in real, like in real life. So yeah, I think I should definitely visit Coney. Yeah, and also, yeah, you introduced me, Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, that sounds also, yeah, like kind of cool. So I also want to
Yeah,
go there. Yeah, I guess sounds like New York is a lot, very interesting place. I mean, I guess before I talked to you, I didn't know that New York was that like interesting, that really that cool, but yeah, like
yeah,
after you told me, now I want to visit New York more. Like I am more desire. Yeah. So
yeah. Yeah, I'm glad
yeah.
I told you about like Coney Island and like the High Line because and you didn't know the Brooklyn Bridge, so that was good too. Because like sometimes like people they always think of like the stereotypical parts of New York, which is like Empire State Building, like Statue of Liberty, like the very iconic parts. But um, like those parts are awesome. Like don't get me wrong, like they're great. Um, but yeah, like I also like to tell people about maybe some spots in New York like that they hadn't heard of before because yeah, there are like a lot of cool places in New York. So um, yeah, like definitely they're worth checking out, if you're a tourist or, if you live in New York, whatever. But yeah, um, so like, I mean, like for you, too, I guess like you would think about like what time of the year you'd want to go to New York because um like in the summer it's hot. So like for example, like 4th of July, like the weather would probably be pretty hot then. But not like super super hot, but probably around like I don't know, like 30 degrees Celsius
Oh,
roughly. Um
this
and
sounds
then
hot.
like yeah, yeah. And then in the winter, it's got like a different vibe. It's cold and it could be a bit snowy. Like if you go in December, they'll have like Christmas decorations up. So yeah, like when you go to New York City, that's also like kind of it could, impact your vacation.
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that is going to impact my vacation. I mean, I guess not just New York, like every famous like place. So yeah, well, like
Yeah.
I mean, every season is different. Like as you said, Christmas, like summer. Yeah, they're very different.
Yeah. I mean, I really think you can't go wrong because I like um in the winter, like that's cool, visiting the city in the winter, like, and you get sort of like that type of vibe, and maybe it would snow a little bit, hopefully not too much. In the spring, you got like, the flowers are coming out. So like if you go to like Central Park, like that would be really cool in the spring. Summer, the weather's hot, so you could, go to Coney Island, like go to the beach. Um, the fall, like the leaves are really cool, so it would be really cool at Central Park again. Yeah, so I mean, like I think you can't go wrong. Like any month you pick would be cool to go. But yeah, like any of those destinations too, like are good no matter what season it is.
Oh, it's kind of like Guam. I mean, I went to Guam, and
Oh,
also yeah,
cool.
like season doesn't matter. It's always sunny. So, yeah, it's like see. I mean, New York game there are like at for like 4 seasons. Am I right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
totally.
anytime it is always beautiful. It always have each impact, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, it's kind of like Guam. I think
that's cool. How like
yes.
how far away is Guam from like South Korea? Like how long did it take you to go there?
I guess it only took like 5 hours, or yeah,
Okay.
was it 5 4? 5 or 4, give or
Okay.
take, yeah, something. Like yeah, it was. So I guess yeah, Guam was the closest island that speaks English, yeah, from South Korea. So I guess that
That's
is one
cool.
of the reasons why we went there. Well, yes, it's quite close, and also yeah, you guys know. I also like Guam belongs to U.S., so yeah, they speak English, and yeah, we wanted to visit an English speaking country, so
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, like yeah, so yeah, that's why.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. I've seen like Guam like on the internet, and like even though like it belongs like to the US, like it's a territory, it's so far away like from the rest of the US that I think like most Americans like haven't gone to Guam, or probably a lot of Americans don't even know much about Guam. So
That's
like I
right.
yeah, so I was like looking it up recently. Yeah, it looked pretty cool there. Like I have to say, like it looked really, really nice. Um, not that I'm surprised because like I know like a lot of islands, are really really cool, but yeah, I didn't know much about it, and then I looked it up and I was like, wow, it's like a seems like a good place to go on vacation.
Yeah, like it is. Yeah, this, in my opinion, Guam is one of the best place to visit for vacation. Like I guess yeah. I mean every island, and yeah, there's tons of cool islands, and I guess Guam is at the top. I mean I've seen some tons of cool islands, and I think yeah, Guam is the best in my opinion. So yeah, I guess yeah, you should visit there for vacation or something.
Nice. Yeah, it's good too because like I'm American, and like obviously we have a connection to Guam, so that's even better. But yeah, our time's just about up, so we'll stop here, David. But
Oh
it was
yeah, yeah.
fun
I did.
talking with you, man. It flew by the class. It was a good
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah, the time flies. Like I didn't know that we only 10 seconds. Yeah, yeah, it was really nice. I really enjoyed our conversation. I guess you're such a good teacher. Well, yeah, I
Thank
hope to
you.
see you again. I hope
Me
to see you
too.
again soon.
See
Okay,
ya.
bye
Have a
bye.
good day. See you, David.